Okay. So now I'm mad because I had an episode up and running, and excuse me, not even up and running. I just recorded a 30-minute episode and my mic was disconnected. Mic was disconnected, but I don't mind it. I'm gonna do this again. It's all gonna be different, but I have a better idea of what I want to do, what I want to talk about. So what I was trying to record was basically the talk of Vince McMahon. Everybody's uh, up in arms about Vince and uh, his him being in control of creative, not just the WWE, but creative. Like we all saw well, those who did. We saw WrestleMania. Millions of people saw WrestleMania. We saw night one. We saw night two. Night one was perfect. Couldn't have said any can't say it any other way. Night one was perfect. Night two, you can definitely see a difference that hurt WrestleMania. Did not bad, but it hurt as a fan watching. Like you weren't into it. Not hurt emotionally. Let's not get that confused. Um, but you can definitely tell that there was something different going on. This was not a how it's being said. This wasn't a Triple H product. You get what I'm saying? Like this has to be a Vince McMahon thing. This looks crazy. The Brock and Omos thing wasn't bad. It was short, sweet, straight to the point. 5 minute match. You had Omos getting some offense, Brock getting some offense. When it was all said and done, Brock won. Obviously, you knew that was going to happen. That was a Vince McMahon match. He didn't want to work with Bray. I get it. Um, but the night two was a Vince McMahon thing. And now that I'm thinking about it and I'm talking about it, maybe it's well, not even maybe. It sounds like Cody Rhodes not winning at WrestleMania was on the fly thing. It was in the moment of that match. I feel like Vince called the audible and was like, nah, Roman's going over. That night. That night in that match, Roman was going over. And I'm not even mad about it. And that's what I want to talk about. Everybody is so mad that Cody did not win the championship. But can you really be? There's nothing there that really says Cody has to win. He just came back. Oh, they're putting the belt on him. He's came back. He's got the good music. He's got the great entrance. He's got the fans behind him. He's gonna win the WWE Championship. First time in. No, no, no. It doesn't have to always be like that. Cody was on a roll, had like what, 4 matches with Seth Rollins, 3 matches, whatever. Cody won them all. Gets injured, went through hell to finish the match at Hell in a Cell. There you go. And then he gets injured. He was injured. He's out for a while. Comes back, gets in the Rumble number 30, which was a bad call. Went at it with Gunther for a while. Wins the Royal Rumble. Really? Is that what you guys really want? Is that what you wanted? He just comes in at number 30, wins the Royal Rumble. Now he's the WWE champion. Who's he gonna face? Who's he gonna face? I'd love to know. He has no real rivalry except for Seth Rollins. You guys really want to see that again? You really want to see Seth Rollins versus Cody Rhodes again? And then they'll have to have a rivalry of sorts, or constant matches. It can't be a one and done. It can't. You're gonna fight one more time, and this is the last time. And as long as I'm champion, you can't have the time. No, no, you couldn't do it. You got to create rivalries. You got to create matches. Cody needs more more opponents. The Miz, really? Who else did he face? He did face Solo. That was cool. Uh, Kind of planted the seed of, ooh, can he beat an undefeated? Can he do that to Roman Reigns? They planted the seed. A lot of y'all probably fell for the bait. Um, but yeah, that sounded like a Vince McMahon move in the moment. A Vince McMahon creative move in the moment. Then we get the Raw after Mania. I did do the review on that as well, and that's on there. That's on the channel. Subscribe to the channel, by the way. Like the video. Hit me with your comments. I want to talk. I want to get to know some people. Let's do this. Let's do this. But I did the Raw review, the Raw after Mania review, and that Monday Night Raw was indeed different than what we were used to after Vince McMahon retired. But that's where you messed up. You got used to it. You got used to what you were seeing. And you just knew Vince McMahon wasn't coming back. He didn't have any creative control, right? You just knew it. He came back and pulled the rug out from under you. But yes, that Raw was definitely different than what we are used to. I'm trying to get away from the Vince McMahon, Triple H, Vince McMahon show, blah, blah, blah. I'm trying to get away from that. And it's hard to not say that because we've seen what we've seen. You know, how the rumors come that Vince has torn up scripts, rewrote the show the night of the show, changed things around, rearranged the night of the show while the show was happening. Yeah, we've gotten all that stuff. So it's safe to say that us as fans, the hardcore fans, we can say, yeah, that's a Vince McMahon thing. We get it. But the fault in this is the fan, you know, the fan, and then the people who put the rumors and stuff out there. Okay, like myself, I watched. I'm using myself as an example. Is what I'm saying. I watched WrestleMania. That main event was all I thought about on Sunday, other than my children and my wife and stuff, you know, stuff like that. Yeah, but for sports, right? I watched, and all day I anticipated. Something good's gonna happen out of this. I thought, is Cody gonna win? Is Cody not gonna win? Hold on, I need to get a soda. Hold on, I get a soda. I'll be right back. Gonna grab me a soda. Grab me a soda. I need to. Somebody. Okay, so sorry. So all day, as I said, I'm thinking like, man, are they gonna give Cody the belt? Are they gonna let Roman win? Are we gonna get some interference? How many false finishes are we gonna have? This is gonna be an exciting match, and this is the first time I've been excited for a wrestling match in years. I've never put so much thought or had so much anticipation in a match, other than Shawn Michaels versus Bret Hart, WrestleMania 12 or 13 for the WWF Championship. I think it was 12 or 13. I can't remember, but it was the Iron Man match. Classic match, great match. Two of my favorites. Bret Hart was my number one. Shawn was my number two. Triple H is my number three. Nothing's changed in that order. But yeah, so two of my favorites going at it. And I'm just like, man, who's gonna win? Are they finally gonna put the belt on Shawn? Is Bret gonna retain? Who's gonna cheat because it's an Iron Man match? You know, stuff like that. And why I say cheat, because if you remember, it was Brock and Kurt, and I believe Brock was the one who hit Kurt with the chair. It was an Iron Man match, and he hit Kurt with the chair and took the loss. He took the one loss and was like, okay, whatever. We got an hour to go. But yeah, so I had that excitement for this match. And then in the end, Roman did his thing. There was cheating involved, and Roman won. Cody didn't, and I wasn't mad. Wasn't mad at all. Like I said earlier, how can Cody just come in and get the belt? That would be wrong for the storyline. That would be wrong for Seth Rollins, who's been holding down the WWE. I've said it in my previous episodes. He's held it down for them. and he doesn't get a WWE title shot or a run with the belt, it's been a while now, man. It's been a minute for Seth Rollins, but he's still doing his thing. He's doing his thing. He doesn't even need the title, but it's the level of respect, you know. Cody can't just come in and be the one to beat him just by walking in the door. Give it some more time. Let it build up some more. I don't know how this Brock Lesnar thing is gonna come into play because that was weird. Um, then you have uh more people for him to face. You know, like I say, he needs more rivalries. He needs more. So we're probably looking at SummerSlam where they put the belt on him. If Vince has anything to say about it, they'll have uh Roman beat Bruno's record. If you know, you know. Bruno Sammartino was champion forever. Jeez. But I think it was like combined too. People are missing the part of the combined reigns together and stuff. Uh, but on the subject again of Vince being in creative control, Triple H not being in creative control. One thing they did on SmackDown, and SmackDown was a good show and a good example of because I have to say it, a Triple H show. It definitely felt like that. Um, I'd say just have Vince doing Monday Night Raw and have Triple H run SmackDown. That simple. That simple. There's other things to talk about too, because then there's the draft to talk about. Because he did mention the draft. Um, you with Triple H coming out, Michael Cole says on SmackDown, because I did take my notes for that, but I'm just flying off the cuff for SmackDown, for the SmackDown review. I'm taking notes is so tedious, man, so tedious, because I'm watching and taking notes at the same time. It's so hard. So I did take some, and I'll be here and there with them. I'm not gonna be pulling them up because I kind of have it remembered in my head now. Uh, but SmackDown was a good show, and it showed. But Triple H, he comes down to the ring, and Michael Cole says, he said I forgot what he said in the beginning, but he ended it with the man that's running this place, Triple H running this place. He says this, so that lets you guys know, lets the fans know, hey, you guys are in an uproar. You're losing it right now, and we just want to let you know, hey, Triple H has got this. Triple H is the one that's doing this thing. He's got it. He's got it going. You know, and you guys got to realize that in anything, I've been in a job. I've been in one, two. I've been in three jobs where everything got changed. Everything got changed. And management, some employees, people quitting because of new management or new owners and stuff like that, and company being sold to other people. I've actually, seen this stuff. And the thing is that it all takes time. There's things that have to be put into place for everything to be final. Nothing is final yet. And that's the same thing with the WWE right now. Hell, if they'll even still be called the WWE, I don't know if that's how that goes, but I know that they said that Endeavor is with combining UFC and WWE, that there's going to be a new name for them under this one umbrella. So I don't know what they mean by that exactly, but that's what was said. So again, the process isn't done. Like, there's other things that need to be handled, other things that need to be ironed out. People need to be put in place again. So we'll see what happens with all that. But as fans, you guys gotta chill. There's a lot of YouTubers, uh, podcasters that get their stuff from the internet, and then websites that get their info from the internet, and those websites aren't even in those circles to be saying the things that they're saying. Oh, it's been rumored. Yeah, it's been rumored. Do you know that all this stuff I'm seeing and that I'm talking about, I'm going off of what I'm hearing. I'm not in those circles of WWE or Dave Meltzer, or I don't have nobody in the pocket saying, yo, this is what's going on. And that's how it is now with the social media and the internet. Back then, when I watched wrestling, I've been watching wrestling since '93. There was no internet. Uh, excuse me. There was no internet rumors and stuff like that, man. We just watched. We enjoyed it. We went to school the next day to talk about it. We went to school the Monday after the pay per view, as it was called then. Shoot, it's been called pay per view till like what for the it's been what few about 5 years, or did they just start calling them premium live events? Whatever. But yeah, we'd watch wrestling on Sunday because of the pay per views. We go to school Monday, act that stuff out, act a fool, have fun. Attitude Era came. It was more of a Dave Meltzer thing. Dave Meltzer's been around forever, and him and somebody else. They were giving out little bits of rumors and stuff like that. And then I think it's when the Ruthless Aggression era came, where wrestling was on the internet like crazy, and social media started to pick up a little bit, so you were getting things from there, and that's what spoiled the wrestling experience. No, people weren't surprised anymore because everybody wanted to know what was going to happen. And even still, you go to that website of whoever just decided not to say that they do, but you'll as an example, you'll use, I don't know, is it Inside the Ropes? You got Inside the Ropes, you got Fightful, you got all these guys, whatever. Let's just say they go on the internet and they read a title, and it's like, oh, the rumor is boom, 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 boom. And they'll take what they want from that and put it on the website. Now you, the fan, the consumer, you go and you see that. But see, that's where it starts. It's people picking up the rumors and sharing it with you because you don't have access. You're not paying for that. You're still behind the paywall. Just like I am. I'm behind the paywall, but I don't care. I'm not looking for the rumors. I'm not looking for the news. I'm not. Um, I go off of what I see. I'm not going to the websites and typing it in. No, I don't do that. But these guys, they take what they see and they give it to you. They're not actually there to say this is what's really going on. The only person I think really has that is again Dave Meltzer and one other person. I don't know about Fightful. I've heard about them for years, but in much respect to them, much respect to Inside the Ropes, all those guys. I know about those guys. But it's just the point I'm making is that we, the fans, we don't know this stuff. you know we don't know how true this stuff really is. Hold on, I got a call. Okay, I am back. Had to get that phone call going, but let's kind of wrap this up real quick. What I oh, that was loud, I'm sorry. First of all, subscribe to the channel. um so what I'm getting at here is that we don't need to get all pissed, getting our panties in a bunch about Vince being in control. Let him. Let him be in control. Let him do creative. What I suggested in my video that I thought I had sound on, I was saying that let's take it back to, because they announced the draft. Let's take it back to the SmackDown versus Raw days. I got a great idea, right? You have Vince do Raw. You'll have Triple H do SmackDown. Creative wise, you keep Adam Pearce as the GM for one of the shows, and you get yourself another GM. Say, I don't know, Sonya Deville again. She played a good role. She played good in the GM role, or just whatever. Get another person. You'll have your two GMs. You have Vince, the creative for Raw, Triple H, the creative for SmackDown. Keep it as that. Keep it Raw. Keep it SmackDown. Drop this SmackDown Tag Team title, Raw Tag Team title, Undisputed Championship, Universal, blah blah blah. Bring back your WWE title. Bring back your World Heavyweight title. Everybody wants that. Keep the titles just like that. World Heavyweight Champion, WWE Champion. Then you'll have your tag teams will have to float. Sorry, the two sets of belts. they got enough people to have tag teams, but I don't like Raw tag team champions, SmackDown tag team champion. Nah, just have your tag team champions float. Uh, your Raw Women's Champion. You can have WWE Women's Champion, and then you can have I don't know what the other one. WWE Women's World Champion. So you're WWE Champion and you're World Champion. There you go, right? So that's done. Then you go back to, again, we're keeping up with the idea of creative. Then you have your respective brands, or excuse me, you have your respective pay-per-views for the shows. So like they did again back in the day, Raw had certain pay-per-views, SmackDown had certain pay-per-views. And then creatively, Vince over there, Triple H over there, boom, it's still separated. Your creative is your creative, and then us as fans can decide: do we want to watch Raw? Do we want to watch SmackDown? Either way, you're still watching a WWE product. You just think this one is better. If it'll still be called WWE again, with being under the Endeavor umbrella, something about a name change is coming along. They're all going to be called something under one umbrella. I don't remember. I don't know how it works, but yeah. And then my bright idea was now, though we have WrestleMania, you would of course have night one, night two, and then you'll have Vince do one night, Triple H do the other night, and then I think they do that for Royal Rumble, split it up, night one, night two. Okay, there's that. Now the kicker. You gotta have the pay-per-views where everybody comes together, right? Your WrestleMania, your Royal Rumble, your Survivor Series, and that's what I'm getting to. Survivor Series now keeps War Games. Survivor Series is always War Games. Now you have Raw versus SmackDown every single year for as long as they have War Games. Keep that. You've now eliminated the traditional Survivor Series match and you put Survivor Series War Games. Now, what happens is Vince will have his group, whatever, for Raw. Triple H will have his group, whoever, for SmackDown. And now you treat that like the Super Bowl. What do I mean? You now have a trophy in the GM's office. If SmackDown wins, trophy in the GM's office. Raw wins, trophy in the GM office every year. And if you want to upgrade the championship, the trophy, every year or whatever, go ahead. Because they did it for the Lombardi Trophy, they do it for the NBA Trophy, all that, you know. And then you can have MVPs, like who was the MVP, like who got the most eliminations, who lasted the longest, those little trophies and stuff like that. Like treat it like a Super Bowl now. But now instead of WrestleMania being your Super Bowl in the idea of trophies, Survivor Series is now your Super Bowl. So your GMs get trophies, your MVP, like I said, whoever has the most eliminations from the team will go ahead and get a trophy themselves and stuff like that. And that's how we eliminate this madness back and forth of who's in control, who's doing creative, this, that, yada, 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 yada. We eliminate that. You don't even worry about it no more. You don't even worry about it no more. Only thing I'll say is stay off the rumor reports. If you're gonna get them from you guys that you watch. Hopefully me, if I happen to see one. Hopefully, somebody you watch on YouTube faithfully, Twitch, Twitter, whatever, wherever you watch it, guys. You get it from them. But you yourself, as a fan, don't go looking for that stuff, man. It takes away from everything. You got your hopes up about The Rock. Rock didn't show. Like something I was showing earlier was, you got your phone, right? And this is how I get stuff. Like right now, there's something right there, on the phone. What was that? Rikishi, right? Something about Rikishi. Earlier, there was something there on my phone, just on the little Google thing. There was something about Vince McMahon. Didn't look for this. It's just there. And it said that if Vince is set to make plenty of money. But one of the things that's crazy is if he is fired, everybody's like, fire Vince, fire Vince. Yeah, hashtag fire Vince, right? If this man gets fired and it's not justified, he makes $6.6 million. It's in his new 2-year contract that he just got signed for. Or signed for, whatever. $6.6 million. This man's making bank regardless. That's all he cares about right now is making his money. He don't care about creative. You can tell from the shows he's putting on. He just wants to make his money. And you guys talk about fire events, hashtag fire events. Yeah, you hashtag line Ben's pockets. Let that man be great. And y'all be great too. Until next time, as I always say, I'm out.